the 1960s, Dr. King's efforts and work were at their height. There was a movement called the Freedom Riders. Can you guys take your hands with me and say Freedom Riders?
Freedom Riders.
Yeah, one more time, say Freedom Riders.
Freedom Riders.
Awesome. The Freedom Riders were over 400 activists, mostly students, who rode Greyhound buses through the states in the Deep South. They did this because there was a national law that said Black and white people should be able to ride the same buses together, and that nobody should be able to take away anybody else's bus seat. Even though this law existed, there were some states that were not enforcing the law. So these people rode the buses through those states as a peaceful form of protest to show that they thought this was wrong. The Freedom Riders frequently used songs to express their feelings, to lift up their spirits, and to feel close to the other people they were there protesting with. Activist John Lewis once said of the singing that without the singing, the protesters would have lost their solidarity or their sense of togetherness with one another. So today we're going to learn a traditional spiritual that the Freedom Riders used. You may have heard it before. Have you guys ever heard a song called This Little Light of Mine?
No.
No? Oh, it's a beautiful song. I love to sing it. So when I do it this first time, here's what you're going to do. First, you're going to go ahead and you're going to stand your bodies up. And now that you are standing, you will be able to move your body the way that we're going to move our bodies while we sing it. Great. All you do this time is you're going to try to keep a steady beat while I sing it. So everybody show me a steady beat on your shoulders like this. You can use both hands. I'm just going to be not using mine because I'll be playing the guitar. Brilliant. Now that you have the beat on your shoulders, you got to keep it there while I sing and play. All right, here comes my first verse. Keep it on your shoulders. Here we go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Good. For this next one, can you put the beat in your hands and clap it? Clap, 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 clap. Brilliant. Keep that. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Good. This time, can you put the beat on your head? Good job. Here we go. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Brilliant. For this next one, they would usually change the words to some of the songs to match where they were going. So I'm going to say in Richmond, where I live. Can you put the beat in your feet this time? Like you're marching the beat. Yeah, there we go. Here in Richmond, I'm gonna let it shine. Here in Richmond, I'm gonna let it shine. Here in Richmond, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Only two more. Oh, let's see. Can you put the beat down on your legs with a pat? This little light of freedom, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of freedom, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of freedom, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, choose a place to put the beat. Yeah.
Like this?
Ooh. Yeah, that's beautiful. You can make your little crissy-cross match the beat. Here we go. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. That was awesome, you guys. So now you've heard the song a couple times, and it follows a pattern that really kind of sounds the same each time. So what we're going to do with our pattern is we're going to come up with some moves that match the words and then put it back all together. So here's my first part. This little light of mine. What's a move we could do for this little light of mine?
Like this.
Oh,
I like it.
this little light of mine. How can we show that it's shining?
I have an idea. A sun.
Like the sun?
Oh, like a sun. Very cool.
Show me what your sun would look like. Oh, so it's getting bigger.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Bigger. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. That looks beautiful.
Let's try it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Beautiful. The next one we need is everywhere I go. How could we show that we're going somewhere?
Walk.
Walk.
Yeah.
What if you walked in place?
We could walk with our fingers or we could walk with our bodies. What do you think we should do?
Walk with our fingers.
Ooh,
Okay,
fun.
Fun. I love walking with my fingers.
Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Brilliant! We've only got a few more. Out in the dark. How could we show we're in the dark?
In a cave.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
What
we
would it
could
look
act
like
like
if
we're
you're
in
in a cave?
A
Like
smooth
this?
cave?
Like this.
Like this. Out in the dark, I'm gonna shine. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Only a few more. Now in this next one, I said Richmond, but where else could we go and shine our light? Where are places you go? Maybe you go to school. Maybe you go to the park. Where else could we go and shine our light?
School.
We could go to school. So what's a move for being at school? Are we writing at school? Are we reading at school? What do you think?
Riding at school.
We're writing like this?
Yes.
Yeah, we're writing letters. Okay. When I go to school, I'm gonna let it shine. When I go to school, I'm gonna let it shine. Brilliant. Two more. What about this little light of freedom? What's a move for freedom?
How about going to the slide on the playground?
Ooh, so maybe we like put our hands up like we're having a fun time going down the slide at the playground.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a good idea. I love it so much.
Freedom, I'm gonna shine. This little light of freedom, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of freedom, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of freedom, I'm gonna let it shine. Brilliant. The last one is all around the world.
All around the world.
Brilliant. We've got the big old world. Let's try it. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. I think we are ready. All right. This is our final beautiful rendition together. We are gonna sing and move to This Little Light of Mine. Get ready, have your little lights out. Yeah. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. one. Everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Awesome. Out in the dark. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. When I go to school, I'm gonna let it shine. When I go to school, I'm gonna let it shine. When I go to school, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of freedom, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of freedom, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of freedom, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Here's the last one. Let's make it nice and big. All around the world. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. While you are finishing up your beautiful creations, it is now time to play Amy versus Alden.
This is the game in which Alden and I go head to head to see who can come up with the best art or music. And today, Alden and I will be making music or art using quotes from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. As always, you can decide for yourself and post who you think this week's winner is to our Facebook page.
This week, I will be playing the piano and singing.
I will be using a Sharpie and trying to use both words and pictures, like little symbols like we were talking about, to relay the message.
Awesome. Are you guys ready to play Amy versus Alden?
Yes.
Our first quote today will be, this is something that Martin Luther King Jr. said, "The time is always right to do what is right." When MLK said this, he meant that it is always the right time to show people kindness and stick up for others who need it. So it's always right to do what's right. The time is always right.
I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I'll rise up and I'll do it 1,000 times again. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I'll rise up and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for
That was a beautiful song. I just let you keep going.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It took me a second to get the rest of mine too.
All good.
Okay, so it was the time is always. So do you see what did I use for time?
A watch.
Yeah, a watch or a clock is always right, like a check. You're right to do what is check, right. Or Alden's beautiful song. She did a great job singing that song. Who do you think the winner is? Me with my drawing or Alden with her music?
The drawing.
Oh, the drawing.
1
Point
point
for
for
me.
Amy on the clock. Great job. Our second quote is, I look to a day when people will be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. When MLK said this, he meant that he wanted our world to be one where people would not judge each other or treat each other differently based on what they look like or where they're born. He dreamed of a world where people only judged each other for whether or not they were a kind person who treated others fairly. So,
Being fair, right?
yeah. Being
Everyone should
fair.
get what they need.
One love, one heart. Let's give thanks to the world, and I will be alright. One love, one heart. Let's join together and be alright.
Ooh, okay. I see.
Okay, here's what we have. You're judged. This is an idea of things being fair. So you're judged, things are fair on the contents, like a box, right? So what's inside your brain on their character. So these are different emoji faces, like how you act, right? We should be judged by how we act. Okay, what do you think was better? Alden's beautiful song or my drawing?
The singing.
The singing.
Yay! 1 point for me. Check, 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 check.
I love that song.
Awesome. We have one final quote, Amy. This will determine it all.
Our final quote is life's most persistent and urgent question. So this is a very important question that you always need to be asking yourself. What are you doing for others? And he was explaining that it's really important to ask yourself, what are you doing to help other people over and over again every day?
Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on.
Mine is question mark. What's that letter
You.
doing for others? And it's my favorite emoji, the huggy emoji.
I like that emoji.
Me too. Okay, which one did you like better? This is the tiebreaker. I've got a point. Alden's got a point. Who's this week's winner?
The music.
The music. What do you think, Maddox? Do you like music? Art?
Art.
Art. Oh, yay, we tie.
We wanted it to be a tie.
Oh, you did want it to be a tie. Oh, that was so kind.
Of course. You guys at home can let us know who you think won by leaving a comment on our Facebook page. We'd love to know who you think won or see your beautiful artwork from this episode. All right, everybody, that's all we have this week for you on Arts with Amy and Alden.
Please, please, please remember to give this video a like and to subscribe to our channel. It helps our channel get out to more people so that more kids like you can enjoy and learn through the power of art and music.
Marcus, Maddox, you did a super duper job co-hosting with us this week, and we want to thank you so much for making art and music with us today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I did want to mention that we are offering live classes throughout the month of January. Follow the link to our website down below.
That's all we have for this week. Everybody wave goodbye. Wave goodbye.